Everybody in the penthouse, make some noise for the very talented H.E.R. 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 is in the building. Hey, 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 welcome. Welcome to the Penthouse Studios. Sit, enjoy, relax. How are you?
I'm feeling good. Happy to be here.
Good. You're not nervous, are you?
Not at all.
Good, because this is what you do. Y'all show some love for her, please. And when I tell you, we got some day one fans in here, too. We got the lighting nice and dark, just the way you like it.
Dope. It's a vibe in here.
Yeah, it's definitely a vibe. I said we should be, like, burning some candles and some incense in a little bit.
That's how I like it.
So just so you know what's happening, we'll be live on air in a few minutes, and then we'll do like a more off-air interview as well. Sick. So we have some day one fans of yours in the building. They know your music, girl. They got some questions for you, girl.
Okay.
But I'm just curious, the name H.E.R. Having everything revealed. Yeah. Girl, what you revealing? Talk about it.
What am I revealing? Honestly, it's really just my thoughts and feelings and what it's like kind of growing up as a young woman in the music industry, in life. And I mean, H.E.R. came from the concept of me, like I said, growing up and kind of the evolution of woman and stuff you go through in relationships and in life. And it's just really shining light on that and just expressing myself. Music is my outlet, and it's my diary, and I just decided to release it unto the world, and now I found that I'm not alone in everything I go through.
And then I'm glad you said music is your diary, because, girl, it feels like you are giving very real personal situations that you are sharing that we can all, like, relate to, right?
Absolutely.
Are you currently in a relationship? Is that the inspiration,
I'm
or was it a
life.
heartbreak?
I'm living my life. You know, it's a number of things. I think that we all have a lot of ups and downs, relationships or not. A lot of situations, you know, more so than relationships. But I'm just living my life.
I like that. She's like, situations. We all had a situationship before, one or two.
That's right.
H.E.R. is in the building. We're going live in 1 minute. Okay. Does anybody have a question? Okay, y'all think about it. Can we turn up the radio a little bit so we could just... There we go. Study-Night JAMZ, Miami's #1 for hip-hop and R&B, reporting live from the penthouse today. For 99 JAMZ Alive, we have the very talented, the beautiful H.E.R. hanging out on the couch.
Hey, what's going on?
Having everything revealed. You just revealed a few things to us off air. But how, I'm sure you are super excited about this space that you're in right now.
Absolutely. Honestly, creatively, in every way, I've been in a very, very good headspace because I'm busy. You know, being busy is a blessing. And the fact that people are loving the music and really taking in the message and that people are saying, oh, I feel you on that, like that's very rewarding to me, and that's it's a great feeling, so I'm happy.
Speaking of taking away messages from your music, what do you want to be known for? I know that's a big question, but right now, presently.
Yeah. You know, I never really thought about what I wanted to be known for, but I really just wanted to, I don't know, I wanted people to be comfortable with who they are and what they go through, and to know that they're not alone, because even before I released my music, there's songs I didn't even want to put out because I felt like I might as well be saying names on this song. Like, I felt like it was so personal that I was afraid to release music. But music is what I love, and I knew that I had to. And now I feel like I found my purpose in, and that's being a voice for young women and a voice for you know, a disenfranchised and people that just feel like I have a hard time pinpointing what I feel, and I have a hard time releasing it, and I don't know what my outlet is, but it's kind of just giving that voice.
Now, for some reason, I don't know, I get the shy introvert vibe. I could be wrong, but your voice is so big and your music is so powerful. Is there anything else that you know, would have been doing if you weren't?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm definitely, I wouldn't say I'm shy. I would say I'm definitely very low key, very to myself, very private. I'm very private about my life. But, yeah, I don't know. Honestly, music has been in my life since I was a toddler. Maybe I would have went to college, and I still want to go to school, actually. I still want to get a degree, but I never saw myself doing anything other than music. Maybe teaching music.
You know, but I find it interesting that you've been signed with RCA since you were like 14, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So now it's been 6 years. I mean, what was that like, being signed, you know, at such a young age, and then really, you know, having the patience to just kind of, which probably felt like eternity for you at that point, like when is my music coming out, like what's happening? And then you get to this point. What were some of those challenges?
It's definitely frustrating, but honestly, looking back, you know, how I was feeling at that moment, feeling anxious, feeling like, all right, I have this body of music. I've been creating music for such a long time. I have this body of music. When am I going to release it? When am I going to show people who I am? But honestly, looking back, I didn't even know who I was at 14. I don't think anybody knows who they're going to be at 14. You know, 14 and 20, 21, 24. Different people, you know, I'm a different person now. And the fact that I took the time to figure out who I was before I even released any music, and there were definitely frustrations, you know. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and who I was in my message, but I'm just grateful and excited now because I took the time to figure it out. You know what I mean?
We like that. She took the time to figure it out. If you're just now tuning in, we have her hanging out in the penthouse for a very special edition of 99 JAMZ Live, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. That was just a little bit delay. So I'm sure, you know, again, being signed at 14, you've had some amazing mentors. You know,
absolutely.
Like, who put you under the wing, girl?
Yeah. Alicia Keys, my management company, MBK. That's like my family. They're in the building right now with me. Always sticking by me. But they really developed me. And Alicia Keys was managed by MBK. Brandy, K. Michelle, Tyrese Gibson, a lot of artists. Keisha Cole.
So these are all like the big homies. These
like
are all your big sisters.
My big sisters, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I learned from them. And they really took me in as like little sis. And I was like, I can't wait for my turn, you know?
So I'm going to open up. Does anybody have a question? I had a few questions in the beginning. Don't get shy now, because I remember your faces. You right there. You had a question. Just stand up, say your name.
Hi. How you doing?
Oh, Lucky's coming with the microphone, girl.
Hi, I'm Princess.
Hi, Princess.
How much of your music do you write? Because
all of it.
They sound personal, but just an FYI, it's like I listen to your music, and this song "Rather Be," I can see myself dancing with my husband on my wedding night. Off of that. That's my first dance song.
Oh, thank you.
Like I really can see like things when you're singing. Like I like when words can paint perfect pictures.
Yes.
That's why I love music and I love to read.
I appreciate it. So yeah, all my music is my stories and my thoughts and feelings. Sometimes I like to collaborate. You know, sometimes people bring something different, or I when I write, I like to talk. I love to talk and just talk about life and feelings and everything. So that's how I write sometimes with other people. But yeah, it's all my thoughts and feelings. I wrote Rather Be when I was 16 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's powerful because at 16 you're writing a record that a woman who is, you're talking about, you could possibly be playing this at your wedding. That's timeless. I would
have never thought. I would have never thought that. And it's just crazy, I guess, the way that I present or the way that I feel is universal.
There's something really beautiful about simplicity. And not being, you know, simple in terms of just basic, but just being so raw and honest with your words. Sometimes we can overthink right? And we try to be like super duper creative to like the 10th power. Not to knock anybody's creativity, but there's something very pure about your songs. And it's interesting because we live in a society that everything is so much in your face. Yeah. It's interesting that you are able to create a space and leave so much mystery. How is that?
Thank you. Number one, it's good. I honestly think less is more. Like you said, less is more. And at the end of the day, we all kind of go through the same things, just in different ways. And we all feel love and anger and hurt. And we all, and music, to me, is a language that everybody speaks. Everybody around the world speaks the language of music. And that's kind of my mentality and my mindset when I create. It's like, this isn't just for me, but this is for a lot of people out there, and we might not be the same, we might not look the same, but we feel the same.
Mm-hmm. So it was definitely like, I remember a few years ago, maybe about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years, where it was like this big mystery, who H.E.R was, and then I think I don't remember the website, but they like put the pieces together, and it was like, Gabby Wilson, that is who H.E.R is. Like, is there a reason why the name change? Or was there something that it was just like, let me just get away from that?
Honestly, my name, like, never changed. It was like that, like, I'm never going to use my government name, like, on my music, you know what I mean? Like, I felt like that doesn't matter. Like, my face, my name, that doesn't matter. That's not what I'm going to use as a... I'm not going to be the face of my music. My music is going to be on the front line, and my music is going to say exactly what needs to be said. And like you said, age is not even a factor, because there are women older than me, in their 30s, in their 40s, in their late 20s, relating to songs I wrote when I was 16. So that stuff doesn't matter. And I think in this era that we're in, we don't really focus on the music anymore, as much as we used to. We don't focus on what's important, and that is the message and the music. And it's kind of got lost. So that was my goal. Mm-hmm. That was my goal. Like you said, less is more. And that stuff doesn't matter.
So how do you stay so clear? Like, it's very easy to get lost in the sauce in this music industry, or just in life in general, right? Everybody's always on social media. They got their head in the phone, and, sometimes we have a way of putting things that are important, that are in real life not important, ahead of what really is important. So how at, 20, 21, you're so, like... focused. Please give us some tips, girl.
I don't know, honestly. I think if I was going to get lost in the sauce, it would have happened a long time ago, I think. And like I said, I had a bunch of big sisters. My management team is like super on point with me and looking out for me and making sure I'm on the right path. I really had the proper guidance. And I love music. Like, music is definitely something I absolutely love to do. And I would never do anything to jeopardize losing this, losing the gift that God gave me. I feel like I have a purpose, and I have to follow through and stay the path. So all those other distractions is just self-sabotage. It's just sabotage. And I have to do what I got to do to make what I want to happen for myself happen. And at the end of the day, if you really want it, you're not going to let anything jeopardize that and get in the way of that. And my drive, I guess, is everything. And my parents kind of put that fire in me since I was little. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm honestly also just thankful, and that's what's keeping me focused, because all that other stuff doesn't matter. The accolades, money, all that, it doesn't matter. And when you start paying attention to that, that's when you get distracted, and that's when you get lost in the sauce.
Girl, these gems, y'all taking in these gems. H.E.R is dropping today up in the penthouse. Not mad at it. Now, do you come from a musical family?
I do, a little bit. My mom's Filipino, and she loves karaoke.
Okay.
Yeah, we sing a lot of karaoke at home. Now, but my dad also is a musician, and he played guitar, and he showed me how to play instruments at a young age. But he just does it for fun. It's just for fun.
Okay, and how many instruments do you play? Because I read somewhere it's like 7. Like, is that?
Well, mainly I play the bass, guitar, drums, and piano.
Okay, so that's 3.
I'm learning upright bass. I'm learning the harp. I'm learning some other instruments, so I can pull them out on stage one of these days.
That's super dope, man. And I think that's dope that you are at a place where you're still interested in learning new things. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get to a place where it's just kind of like, I'm just comfortable in this space, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I think you can't get comfortable. I was just talking about this, actually. You can't get comfortable. You always have to elevate. Always elevate. And I think that's why I want to collaborate with other people as far as my writing, because there's a lot of artists who think, you know, oh, I'm cool here, and they want to write everything themselves, or they want to, I don't know, they don't want to learn new things, and they get comfortable and they kind of become stagnant and complacent, and you have to always elevate. And I've always had that mentality of like, what's the new thing? I get bored easily, so I'm like, what's the new thing? What can I do now? How can I make this experience even more fun for me? Because it's not a job if you love it, you know?
I like that. It's not a job if you love it. Okay. You collaborated with Daniel Caesar.
Yes.
I'm interested. That's one of my favorite songs, best part. But how did you and him connect?
So I was in the studio, and my session, it ended early, my writing session. And he came in with somebody from RCA. And I was like very surprised because I didn't know he was coming, and we just started talking about music, and he played me some new unreleased stuff, and I said, oh, I'm really excited, you know, about Volume 2. Volume 2 wasn't out at the time, so I was telling him about that. And he had his guitar, and I had mine, and we just decided to vibe. It's just
as organic as a jam session.
Pretty much. Like, it was just, let's create something, you know, and there were no expectations, and I think that's why it came out the way it did.
That's dope. That's dope. Any questions before we go live? Oh, look, now we got some. Y'all okay? Y'all got y'all juices flowing.
All right.
Stand up and say your name.
Hey, I'm Sweet.
Hi,
Hey, Sweet.
I like
nervous?
your shirt. I remember you.
I know, I remember you.
First,
I want to say I love you.
I think I love you too.
I love you more. And secondly, I want to ask, should we be expecting another album this year?
Absolutely, the debut album, because the real album hasn't came out yet. It's just a taste of what's to come. So
appetizers.
Right. That's right. The appetizers. So the debut album's coming out this year.
Nice. Okay. You take one more stand up so Lucky can see you. Say your name.
My name is Joyce.
Hi, Joyce.
You're very beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much.
Anybody that you haven't done music with yet, like one person, who would you do a track with if you could?
Honestly, there's a few artists. I really love Miguel. I want to work with Miguel. Travis Scott. Like, there's a lot of artists right now that I want to work with. Yeah, I'm not sure.
You have a lot of big names that co-sign you. You know what I mean? That just, you know, and it seems very organic. It was Rihanna, Bryson Tiller.
Yeah, insane.
You know, of course, Alicia Keys. But what goes through your mind, like, when you see, you know, big celebrity names, you know, that are really rocking with your music like that? Yeah, like, are you used to it at this point, or is it still like...
Nah, it's still amazing to me. It just shows me that I'm doing something right. Like, Janet Jackson came to my show in London, and that was like, whoa, like Janet Jackson
came to
like,
my show.
Yeah, my show. Like,
yeah.
you went out of your way to come see me perform live. Now, honestly, it's incredible. It's just like reassurance. Sometimes, you know, there's dark days. There's like days where I feel like, man, should I be doing something else? You know, we all have those times where it's like you doubt yourself and get in your head. And when Janet Jackson tells me she loves my music, I'm like, okay, I'm doing something right. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be.
I like that. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. My man in the white, you got a question? Oh, you just wanted to stand up. Well, shout outs to you. All right, so you have a record called Avenue.
Yes.
Girl, that's the song. I don't know, maybe it's just I'm crazy, but that's that song that just puts me in, I'm a pop up. I'm going to do a pop up or a drive by late night with my homegirls in the car, and we're going to see. We're going to do that slow creep. Was that the situation? Because that what was happening in my head.
Yeah, honestly.
In your head, too?
You know when you're mad at him and and you don't want to be mad at him, but you stay mad just to show him that you mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the mentality. And you mad at him, and you go over there anyways, even though you mad at him. That's the mentalities. Yeah.
It's that pop up, you know. Yes. 25 seconds. Okay. Are we going into focus? Focus. It's 99 JAMZ, Miami's #1 for hip hop and R&B, reporting live from the penthouse today for a very special edition of 99 JAMZ Live. We are chopping it up with the talented, the beautiful H.E.R, who always is like covering her face and rocking glasses and the big hair, but she is gorgeous, honey. But get to know her music because the talent is definitely there. And this song that we're actually about to get into is killing the charts. It's, on the radio in every city. Do you remember where you were when you first heard it on the radio?
Oh
or what that feeling was like?
Honestly, I don't even remember when I heard it myself. Like, in the beginning, it was like people kept sending me videos of like it playing on the radio. I'm like, where am I going to hear it? When am I going to hear it? I think I was in L.A. And I was driving, and I was with my team. I think we had a show, and we were on our way to sound check. And I'm just sitting, chilling, fresh off the plane, and my hair's a mess, and I'm exhausted. I'm sitting down, and the song comes on. I hear the harp, and I'm like, wait, hold on, that's me. And I like start jumping up and down, and I'm going crazy, and everybody's taping in the car. Like it was definitely a moment.
Super dope. Well, you know what? Let's just get into your moment. I'm going to have you work it, H.E.R. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have you introduce this record right here on 99 JAMZ.
All right, this is H.E.R, and you're listening to my song, Focus.
Turn this up. Y'all give it up. You like the delay on that?
Yeah, right?
You want to turn this up a little? So we just vibe a little bit? I know you want to have a little karaoke moment.
Yeah, I want to hear them sing.
I know. Sing it, ladies. We got some singers in the building, too.
Y'all better show out. Sing. Who was that? Somebody.
I'm curious, how long does it take you, like, this song? Like, how long did it take you to write this? Like, is this, like, an ongoing thing, or is it just, like...
Well, it really depends. This song, I remember being in the studio, and I was actually trying to figure out what I wanted to talk about, what I wanted to write to musically, what I wanted to do. I was kind of like, what am I going to do today? And I was in the studio with this guy, Justin. He's really talented, and we wrote together, and we were talking and vibing, and I was kind of just telling him the mindset that I was in. So sometimes the song comes from hours of talking, and we were definitely having a conversation. And I played this track DJ Camper sent me. It was in my text messages, and I just played it, and we caught a vibe. But I don't know. It took. Not that long, but it was mainly conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is there any song that took longer than usual? Like I'm sure writer's block.
Absolutely.
How do you get over that?
All the time. Sometimes I have to walk away from it. Sometimes I have to listen to music. I have to listen to music to inspire me. But sometimes, like Losing, the song Losing.
So that was somebody's favorite song over here. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that song, it took me a while, but I was at the piano. Actually, my cousin had just passed away, and I was kind of going through it, and I hadn't been writing music for a long time. And I sat down at the piano that's in my mother's living room that I've been playing on since I was 10 years old. And I sat down at the piano, and I started playing these chords. And this guy that I was feeling at the time, he tweeted something, and it sparked the hook. You only show me love when it comes to the music. So... so that happened, and then I couldn't finish the song in that moment. And that night, I went to bed, I couldn't sleep, and I started writing the verses as like a poem. So it took some time, but it came together. Yeah.
Okay, you remember those chords? We got a keyboard back
Oh
there.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
We don't got no piano. We got a keyboard. Feel like vibing? You wanna, you inspired yet?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I have a surprise.
Oh, there's a surprise? We like surprises. So before the surprise, any other questions? Yep. Oh, because I said I was family. What you about to say, girl? Celebrity crush. We won't tell nobody. We family.
Oh, that is a great question. Yikes. I don't even know. Low key. All right, don't judge me. Quavo is my celebrity crush.
Low key. We ain't mad at that. He's swaggy. Okay. Are a lot of people sliding in your DMs?
Yeah.
Are you ignoring those DMs?
Oh yeah, I don't really pay mind. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, I gotta stay focused. So
right.
we don't.
Right.
You know.
Okay. You have a question?
Hello. How you doing?
You want
Nice
the microphone,
to meet you.
Eb?
I do want the microphone.
Right there.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm an artist, and there's a couple of the artists in here Felisha asked, and I just wanted to know, what advice would you give to up-and-coming artists like myself? The struggle is so real, like it's, Felisha, no, I think I met you like 10 years ago at a performance I did, and it is I'm still trying, and it's like passion over paycheck. I've been in my job for 13 years. I don't want to do that no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
absolutely,
it's hard. What do you suggest?
Honestly, like everybody's path is different, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta just keep with it. Like, don't let anybody tell you what you need to be doing. Like, you can't get discouraged. You gotta keep at it. Honestly, find a message that you want to stand by and that you truly believe, and stand for that, and be about your message and be about what you want to talk about. And spread your message. Be about what you want to feel and what you want to leave with people. And when you walk into a room and get on that stage, what are people going to say about you after you leave and after they go home? And how are they going to remember you? That's the main thing for me. You just gotta leave your mark.
Mm-hmm. I like that, leave your mark. And speaking of
on me,
sing, girl.
Baby, can you focus?
Okay.
On me.
All right. You keep singing.
Yeah, y'all give it up for Ebony. Speaking of leaving your mark and hitting the stage, you're on a lot of stages right now. You're on the Lights On tour? Aren't you going to like Singapore or somewhere?
I just finished Europe, and now I'm going to Asia, Singapore, Philippines.
And then you're going on tour with Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Like, hello,
breezy. Yeah.
Like, do you feel like you gotta like step your dance moves up? Are you gonna be doing any dancing?
Low key. I'm a little scared. Like, I feel like I gotta do something. Nah, I'm honestly just excited. I've been telling people, like, it's gonna be a celebration of R&B.
Yes.
And he's one of the greatest entertainers of our time, in my opinion. So.
I know that's right. I know we had another new music on the tour.
Yes, actually. I'll probably be previewing a little something on stage, so you got to come to a show.
Okay.
You got to come to a show.
Or maybe we can just preview a little bit right now while we in the penthouse. Just, sure. We got a whole keyboard. We rented a keyboard just for you, her. No pressure, though.
Right, no pressure. Okay.
I know. I did see some. Yep, you can stand up. He's already there. Okay.
Salutations, Miss Wilson.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Neff. My question for you is this. I know you're an artist. You do music, which is very great. But outside of music, what are some things that you do as far as, like, helping out the community?
Helping out the community. So I'm from kind of a small town in California called Vallejo. I'm from the Bay Area. And I love going back and still doing small events and encouraging the kids in school to continue to do music. And I'm working on a project right now. Hopefully I can team up with Fender. I'm speaking this into existence. Yes. They've taken a lot of music programs out of the public school systems. And yeah, because funding and especially in elementary school, like, I had to play the recorder when I was little. I had to learn how to read music a little bit. So I want to bring that back. And I want people kids to think playing instruments is cool again, you know, and to be able to do that because somebody might find their hidden talent within. You know, you have to keep that available for kids. So that's what I want to do.
That's dope. Yeah, we definitely clap for that. Was there up?
Hi, my name is Kenya.
Hi, Kenya.
My question to you is, would you ever think about doing a shade line?
Oh, what?
Shade line.
Oh, eyeglasses? Oh, because you're always wearing glasses.
Yeah, shades. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's in the works.
Okay.
We were like, shade? What you talking about, like a
Shade.
block?
Right,
like
right.
some tea? You know, okay.
Yeah, no. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's in the works.
That'll be dope. Really?
Yes.
Do you have like a...
No, I can't. I can't tell too much.
Okay.
I can't say too much, but yeah, it's in the works. It's in the works.
And anything else? I mean, are we doing any? I know that you said you have the Shades line coming out. Are you doing in the tour? Of course, you're going to be moving around like crazy. What do you do in your off time?
My off time, I'm such
If
a
you have
homebody.
off time.
I'm such a homebody. I love to, like you said, light the candles and just chill.
Okay.
But I just moved to downtown Brooklyn, New York, not too
Dope.
long ago, and there's so much artwork around. I love to just wander. Honestly, I love to explore. I love to eat. I love to explore. But yeah, I'm just an adventurer. Like I love to just go and see what's out there.
So what's some of your favorite foods that you love to eat? You're a foodie.
I'm a foodie, man. I love tacos. Tacos
Okay.
is like my favorite.
Soft shell, hard shell?
Hard shell.
Yes.
Both.
The
You know what
crunch.
though? Both. Because
Okay.
the soft shell is like the real like Mexican, like that's what I like. But yeah, I love Filipino food. That's what I grew up eating. My mom makes real good Filipino food. And soul food, of course. Soul food. I need my mac and cheese and yams.
Okay. All right. Do you cook?
A little bit. I cook very like healthy though, so I don't really like to cook for people.
You don't eat necessarily healthy, but you cook healthy.
Well, yeah, when I'm at home, like
Okay.
I gotta, you know.
Any guilty pleasures while you're home? Like, do you like to watch reality TV? Are you a binge watcher? Are you a Netflix and chill?
I love Netflix. I love my Netflix shows. Dear White People is like my favorite show. I'm waiting for it to come back. Yes, they were playing two. They were playing two on the Netflix show. That's dope. That's dope to watch TV and then just hear my song. Like, that's crazy.
It's like, aha. Yeah. Okay. The check, right? Ching. So I know you said that, you're going to be dropping some new music while you're on tour. You're working on your debut album sometime this year. Yep. Is the process different for you? Is it more, I don't want to say pressure, but are you thinking about things differently when you compile an album, a debut album versus like an EP?
Yeah, honestly, I thought about that, and I felt like I had to just not put that pressure on myself and not think too hard, because a lot of artists will think too hard, and then you be like, the mixtape was better than the album. It's because they changed their mindset, and I really don't want to do that. I just want to stay true to what I've been doing and how honest I've been, and that's the main thing for me. The music is going to come together the way it's going to come together, and I just got to stay with the times and just enjoy it and just put no pressure on myself.
Good.
Yeah.
So it's still fun for you.
Absolutely. If it's not fun anymore, then I shouldn't be doing it.
Good. Now, who are you listening to outside of your music? Who are you listening to?
There's a lot of artists, and I can't even think. But Daniel Caesar's album is like on repeat. I'm trying to think. Cardi B album just dropped.
Yes.
Yo, Cardi B album just dropped. I love that album. I was working out to it this morning.
Okay.
There's so many artists out right now. I can't even think.
Well, even maybe the older ones. Like, where have you got 1 minute? Okay, thanks, Mac. That, while you were younger listening to, or even at home, that you just remember maybe your parents listening to, that you were like, wow.
So I have to kind of force myself to listen to new music that's out, because I grew up listening to a lot of old school, a lot of Parliament, a lot of D'Angelo. Like, that's what I listen to. Donny Hathaway.
Yes.
Aretha Franklin, Whitney. I mean, there's a lot of old school artists.
Okay. Well, we got 30 seconds, sir, before we go live, okay? 99 JAMZ, Miami's #1 for hip hop and R&B. This is what we do. We just live. We hanging out in the penthouse for 99 JAMZ Live with her. Thank you so much for sharing your time, sharing your story, allowing us to get to know who her is.
Thank you for
is there
having
anything
me.
that you want to tell South Florida?
I love y'all. I love South Florida. The weather here is beautiful. I just came from 40-degree weather, and it's 80 degrees outside, so I'm happy. I'm in a great mood. I love the Florida vibes. Thank you.
Awesome. And then where can people get your music? How can they connect with you if they're not familiar already with your songs?
Yeah, well, my music is available everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, all of that. But you can follow me on Instagram at Her Music Official and Twitter, Her Music X.
You have like 500,000 followers, girl. You popping.
We getting there, but that's not important because it's a lot of people with followers and they not selling records. So to me, the music is the most important thing.
Girl,
No, I don't know if I want to. I'm not. No. That wasn't shade. That wasn't shade. But I'm not about hype. I'm not about hype. I'm about real music and real fans and real.
Absolutely. Listen, we love you, Her. We know it's no shade. We know your talent speaks for itself. Congratulations on everything. Again, you're getting ready to tour with Chris Brown. Yeah. That's amazing. So we'll be seeing you. When are you gonna be here? In August, July, summertime. Yeah. So, yeah, we're getting ready for that. But thank you so much for hanging out in our penthouse. I know you're gonna bless us with a surprise. Y'all ready for the surprise? It's 99 JAMZ.
Thank you.
Okay, we're good. Any other questions? Okay, stand up.
I'm waiting to ask this question. My name is Linda.
Hi, Linda.
And my question for you is, in a world of hypersexualized images of artists, has it ever been hard for you for people to try to make you more sexualized than you are? Like, you're chill, your vibe is very, LA-ish, so has anyone ever been like, we need you to, sauce it up some,
outside of my team, yes, but I have people around me who just embrace me as I am and allow me to be who I am, and they don't try to force me to be anything other than that. But I definitely feel the social pressure sometimes, in a world of Kardashians and a world of social media where everybody has to look pretty on Instagram.
Right.
And,
you're beautifully made, so
thank you.
Job.
Thank you so much. But like I said, that stuff isn't important to me, and I don't think it's important when it comes to relating to young women in music. I think a lot of people, think they have to be too pretty and too sexual on Instagram, that they don't show who they really truly are. And I want people to know who I am and not what I look like.
I think that's dope, man. It's just a lot of layers. And a lot of times there's just, in society, we just, again, focus on things that just are not, it doesn't really matter. Right. So that's dope that you're doing that. I see a question over there.
So, my name is Natalie. How are
Hi,
you?
I'm good.
I've been with you since day one, so I'm a day one fan.
Dope, thank you.
Nevertheless, I wanted to ask, because you entered the industry so young, what are some of the attributing factors to keep you grounded so that your mind stayed more focused on what you were doing rather than the adolescent pressures of wanting to hang out with friends perhaps or something like that? What kept you grounded?
Well, for me, what kept me grounded, I'm kind of one of those people who aren't very good at living in the moment. I think very ahead. I'm always trying to catch up with myself. I think, okay, 10 years from now, what's going to happen? Where is this going to take me? And I've always looked at the bigger picture. I think a lot of stuff we do in high school, it doesn't really matter, when we get out of high school. So my mentality has always been I'm probably never going to talk to these people and see these people after I leave. Like I said, I'm very low-key, very private, kind of a loner. But I honestly just looked at the bigger picture and thought about ultimately what I wanted. And I think every move that I made from being signed, even before then, from 14 to now, has led me to this point. So decision making at a young age is so important, and I'm still so young in this. So I'm still trying to figure it out. But I have people around me, and I have that mindset of looking at the bigger picture.
Because everything matters, right?
Everything
Every decision
matters.
and it leads into something else.
Yeah.
So were you homeschooled or were you in school?
I was at a regular high school. Regular high school. I moved a lot, but I was at a regular high school, football team, all that. Like, I was going to school, and then I'd go to New York for like 2 weeks and make some music and talk about the stuff that I went through while I was at school, come right back to school, and I would just like take my homework with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and the teachers had to be super cool.
Some of them were.
Some of them were. Not so much. Was there another one? Oh, yes, there was a question right up here in the front, Lucky. Sorry.
Hi, my name is Genevieve.
Hi.
And for your fans in the room, please forgive me. I had never heard of you until my daughter invited me to come along. And may I say, I'm very surprised, pleasantly surprised.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
You're a very lovely young lady. You carry yourself very well.
Thank you so much.
You're talking just now about looking forward at the bigger picture. Where do you see yourself actually in 10 years from now? It took you 6 years to reach to this point. So from now looking forward, where do you want to see yourself?
10 years from now, I think I still want to be touring. I still want to be releasing music. I want to start my, charity for kids who, don't have music in schools. I think there's going to be so much that I want to get involved in. Acting. I want to do some acting. Like, there's a lot of stuff on my bucket list that has yet to be accomplished. But there's a lot of stuff I want to do. I just want to be leveled up from here.
I like that. Leveled up from here. So when you perform, are there any songs, because your songs are so honest and so real life for you, are there any songs that is hard for you to perform? Or is everything healed and ready to go and everything is in the past and you're just like, oh, I can get through this?
Now it is, just because I've been on a few tours now. But I just added Gone Away to my set list. And Gone Away is kind of a very emotional song for me.
She's like, oh, girl. Yes.
Yeah. That's one of those songs where it can be a little bit tough for me. And Pigment, too, because I didn't even want to release Pigment. Pigment, I didn't even want to drop that song. I honestly, I was in the studio at like 3 a.m. because I didn't want to be at home. I didn't even have a session. I was just hanging out in the studio, and an intern was there, and he just so happened to do beats. And I said, yo, play me some stuff. And he played me some beats, and he played me that one, and I took it home, and I could not sleep that night. I was up at like 5 a.m., and I wrote Pigment, and my big bro, he's like a producer friend of mine. His name is Swag, and I showed it to him because I tell him everything. I show him everything, and I played it for him, and he was like, yo, this is dope. I was like, don't show it to nobody. He was like, okay, all right. So he played it for RCA and my management team, and they were like, this has to be on volume 1. I was like, no, no, and then they did, and now it's a favorite. So thank you for making me feel like I did the right thing, putting it on there.
Yes, I think you definitely did, girl. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for her.
Thank you, guys.
This was super dope. And, congratulations and best of luck with everything. And I know at a time where everything, is so in your face, it's very, very refreshing to know that, you're a young lady that is very extremely focused and extremely talented.
Thank you.
Continue on your path.
Means a lot. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, her. So how you feeling?
I feel amazing.
Good.
Yeah, I feel great.
You feel great?
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, so he yelled at us. Now, you can't tell black folk we got surprises coming.
Right.
It's like, wait, there's some gifts under the Christmas tree. Let me see if I can open up the day before.
Right, what's under the chair? I guess, are we ready? Are we ready for the surprise?
Y'all want the surprise or nah? Yeah, I think so.